This presentation is titled How I Used Facebook Ads to Grow Our Company from doing $40,000 a month in recurring revenue to over $200,000 a month in MRR in 2023. So in the last 12 months, we've scaled from that much. We were doing right about $40,000 a month in revenue every single month to today, right around $200K a month in recurring revenue. And Facebook ads played a huge part in that. Real quick, a little bit about me. This is my family. We have a beautiful 2-month-old. Her name is Ivory Ruth. She is napping just a few doors down from me right now. And then this is my son, River. Him and I are, my wife gets on to me because she says that he is just a smaller version of me. And they're awesome. And that's my beautiful wife, Sarah, who is 2 months postpartum now. And she is rock and roll. I was talking to Aaron before we pressed record today about how my wife, she's a stay-at-home mom and helps a lot in our business. So she is amazing. I also want to introduce you to our team. I run a marketing agency specifically in the church niche. So I have a ministry background. I was a youth pastor for several years, and we work with over 350 churches today. And we have around 20-something team members at our company, Church Candy Marketing. This is a good handful of them from our Christmas party back in December. Everyone works remote. And I want to give you a little bit about background, and that'll kind of give you some insight into talking about Facebook ads. I wanted to give you context to it. So if we look back in December of 2016, I had just graduated high school. That's right. I'm 25 years old. And in 2016, graduated high school. And later that year, I was hired out of my dad's marketing agency as the very first employee. That marketing agency is called Cairo Candy Marketing. And I was employee number one. So whenever I was in the later years of high school, it was just my dad, scrappy, doing everything himself, providing value, helping chiropractors get new patients. And then in December, I was employee number one. That was after I graduated high school. I'd actually moved off to go to Bible school to get a degree in theology to become a pastor. That was kind of my goal and mission in life. Fast forward to November in 2018, I actually moved to the Houston area and became a youth pastor at a church. At that same time, my dad and I continued to scale the business while I was also serving in ministry. We scaled Cairo Candy, and in fact, I looked it up. In May of 2019, we became what you would call a 7-figure agency, meaning we were doing over $83,000 in recurring revenue. Where you add that up, 33 times 12 is $1 million. So we passed that benchmark of becoming $1 million agency in May of 2019. Fast forward to August of 2021. I had been doing some Facebook ads for my church, and one of my pastor's friends reached out. We got connected, and they actually paid me to help do their church's Facebook ads. Well, fast forward from August 2021 to December of this, it says 2024. That's in the future. December 2023. Aaron, this is why I need to go back and proofread my slides before getting on here. December 2023, we have around 20-something employees, over 200 clients. And then today we've scaled that to, I think we're at like 26 employees and 350 clients. So we're growing like crazy. And here's the thing about Facebook ads, guys. Facebook ads, just the tool, right? If you just use Facebook ads, that doesn't mean anything if you don't have a good offer. Facebook ads don't mean anything if you don't have good email systems. Facebook ads don't mean anything if you don't create good quality content. Like me, if you go look me up on Instagram, I have like 40,000 followers on Instagram, and I get tons of views on my reels, and that played a big part in this. But what I'm going to show you today is how I was able to take that audience, how I was able to take those people that were following me on Instagram and actually create some ads targeting them specifically and turn those viewers into paying customers. And so Facebook ads, it's just a tool in your marketing tool belt. So I want to give you a 30,000 foot view of our call booking funnel. And then I'll go through and show you like what the individual pages look like as well. So it starts up top. If you're familiar with a funnel, we got our Facebook ad, right? A lot of people are going to see the ads. And then once people see the ads, the goal is you want them to move on to the next step where they go to a VSL page that has a qualification form. So VSL just stands for video sales letter. It's basically a pitch, a video that explains our process, who we are, what we do, who we help. It's what it sounds like. It's a video sales letter. And then on that same landing page, there is a form to see if they are qualified. And then if they are qualified, after they fill out the form, takes them to a calendar. And then after they book the call, we have a conversation with them. And then boom, we get a new client. We did that over and over and over and over again. And that is how we scaled so quickly this past year. So let's kind of break this down step by step. At the very top, we have the Facebook ads. I'm going to go do a deep dive into some of the best performing ads that we have, but nothing crazy. Some of the best performing ads is just a video of me. I had a video editor make it look all fancy. And then the text just said something along the lines of, hey, do you want new church guests? These pastors are getting them every week here at Church Candy. Schedule a strategy session to talk with our team here. And I just kind of talk through, tell our story, and then invite people to schedule a call with our team. The ads aren't anything crazy. I'm not a copywriter. I'm going to give you guys a cool copywriting framework for your Facebook ads at the end of this, but I'm not doing anything super crazy up top. So that's kind of the first point of view is you want someone to find you on Facebook, right? Whether it's a brick and mortar or you have a coaching business where you're trying to get coaching clients, no matter what that is, you want to start with the Facebook ads. Then what I like to do is send them to this VSL page with a qualification form. Now, with this, I'm going to actually show you here. So this is the landing page that we used. And so I know you guys can see that here. I'm going to make it a little bigger. So on this page, there's a video where I explain what it is we do. There's that qualification form. And then really after that, it's a bunch of testimonials, a bunch of social proof. Like, look at all these testimonials. Doesn't stop. Then a little breakdown of how our program works. And boom, that's what our landing page looks like. This one landing page has made us multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more than $1 million. Now I want to talk a little bit about this qualification form. So the way we have it set up is one of the questions we ask is, what's the size of your church, right? So for you, maybe you only work with businesses that do a certain amount of revenue, or you only work with people that can actually afford your services, right? So you can ask a question like, do you have what's your budget for this project, right? You could have some kind of qualification question on that form. And if they're too small, you just have what I did is I just put together a lot of training that I had done before and packaged it as a course. I used to sell the course and now I just give it away. If they're too small, here, take it. Very like Alex Hormozy-esque of me, like, look, we're not a good fit now. Here's some value, take it. But if they are a good fit, we send them to a calendar and we like to have a conversation with them. Now, I am located in the Houston, Texas area, and a lot of people here, including me, love to go hunting. I was just messaging on Facebook with a guy that I went to high school with, and we're planning a hog hunting trip. And I used to go hunting all the time growing up with my grandpa. And if I was going to go duck hunting, guys, I would bring this right here. I'd bring a shotgun, not a rifle. And the difference between a shotgun and a rifle is a shotgun, when you pull the trigger, a bunch of bullets fly out. Compared to a rifle, you pull the trigger and just one bullet comes out. And the reason why I like shotguns is because I'm not a good shot, right? I have a way better chance at hitting my target, that duck flying in the air, if I'm using a shotgun. And the same thing with ads. See, with our ads, I don't like to just create one ad and hope for the best. we create tons of different variations, like a shotgun. That way, it gives us the best chance possible at hitting our target. And then we're able to go back and see, okay, what ads worked, which ones didn't. And then we can double down on the ads that performed well. So let's go and dive into this a little bit more. So the shotgun strategy that I'm going to show you here, it allows you to find winning ads and scale very, very quickly. The way it works is when you're building Facebook ads, you have a campaign, and inside every campaign, you have your ad sets. Your ad sets is where you go to target people. That's how you choose who's getting shown the ad and where it's being shown. And then inside of every ad set, you have ads. And the ads are what you actually see on Facebook and on Instagram. Throughout the training, I'm going to be using the terms Facebook and Instagram interchangeably. I am stubborn and will not call it Meta, just like how I will probably forever call X Twitter. So with that being said, your ads for Facebook, you get the campaign. Inside the campaign, you have the ad sets. Inside the ad sets, you have the ads. So with a shotgun strategy, what you do is you create multiple ad sets with slight changes in different variables. So whether you're having one ad set has a different ad text or copy, another one has a different creative asset. So that's like different images or videos, or maybe one ad set you're doing, everything's the same, only you change the targeting on this one. So that way you can really see and test what ads are performing the best and what the best performing variables are. So from there, what we'll do is we'll take whatever budget we have. Let's say we have $1,000 a month and we have 20 ad sets. Well, there's 30 days in a month, and we'll divide that by the number of ad sets we have in our budget. That comes out to about $1.67 per ad set. That means we'll put one ad per ad set, and then we'll set the budget for $1.67 each, and that will add up over 30 days to $1,000 across the 20 ad sets. And the higher the budget we have, the more variations. And so this is the same thing for clients. What we do is we take their budget and we divide that between all the different ad set variables we make. And if they give us a higher budget, we just create more variations. And so inside of Ads Manager, it'll look like this. We'll have a ton of different variations in here, and some of them performing better than others. If you look here, this ad set up here, it got 16 leads for $4.28 a piece, compared to the ones down here, got 5 leads for $13 a piece. And you can see we were testing different images, ad text, headlines, and hooks. So when you're building out ads with a shotgun strategy, and I know this is all like, okay, what is he even talking about? At the end of the presentation, I'm gonna actually build a campaign live and like show you how I build ads, and it will hopefully make more sense. But I'm still gonna go through and try to explain it to you like this because I know everyone learns differently. So when you first build out your campaign on Facebook with a shotgun strategy, I like to start out by naming the ad set whatever targeting metric I'm using. So whether that is if I'm just doing like a 10-mile radius around a client's building, or for us, we do national campaigns. So we'll do a lot of what you'll call lookalike audiences. This is where I'll take a list of prospects, and Facebook will look at that list and basically create an audience of people that are just like them. So we've given Facebook a list of our top performing clients, and Facebook then basically takes that list and finds people just like our top performing clients. So whenever I'm building out the ads, I will start by naming the ad set whatever the targeting metric is. So a lot of the times it'll be lookalike audience. Then I'll name it whatever the creative asset is, and then whatever headline I'm using, and then ad text. So for this one example, I'm using an example of if I'm building a ad for a local brick and mortar business or a church. So maybe I'm targeting homeowners within a 10-mile radius of their building. And then the video is a selfie style video in the ad. I'm using headline 1 and ad text 1. Then what I'll do is I'll duplicate that. Oh, hold on. I'll duplicate that, and then I'll change one variable. So now instead of ad text 1, I change it to ad text 2. Then I duplicate both of these and change the headline. So now Instead of headline 1, it's headline 2. So now we have 4 different variations, all basically the same thing, but they're all slightly different. And then I'll duplicate all 4 of these and change the selfie video to an ad that has an image on it. Then I'll duplicate all 8 of these, and instead of doing a homeowners, I'll target a lookalike audience. And this is just an example. And so this is how we're able to get ads that have all of these different variations on here very quickly, because a lot of times people that run Facebook ads, they see all of these ad sets and it kind of stresses them out. They're thinking like, okay, I don't know how to do this. It's going to take me forever to go in there and build all this out. Are you guys following me? This stuff can be kind of advanced. So hopefully we're following along. Great. I see some thumbs up. So when you're scaling the shotgun strategy, you want to turn off ad sets that are underperforming, and then ad sets that are performing well, you kind of want to double down on them or create similar variations to them, or just increase the budget on those ad sets. Now, all of that being said, I'll take a minute and talk about 2 different types of ads that we use for ourselves and for our clients. The main ads that we use for our clients, so this works great more specifically for brick and mortar businesses, are lead instant form ads. Now the pros of these is it's easy and quick to get ads live. Like I could get a lead instant form ad live in 15 to 20 minutes. It really doesn't take all that long. The thing is, you have to keep in mind, I'm jumping ahead to the cons. It's easy and quick to get live. What's cool about it is there's pre-filled forms. So like right here, how it says name, email, and phone number. Facebook and Instagram already know people's names, email, and phone numbers. So they don't have to like manually type in that info. And you don't have to worry about building out custom landing pages or your meta pixel, getting that set up on every page and the custom conversions. And you're generally going to get lower cost per leads. The cons are it's not very customizable compared to like having your own landing page that you can add videos to and change the colors and the headlines and all of that. And then sometimes you will find that the leads can be a little bit lower quality. Honestly, guys, this is every single client we work with at Church Candy. These are the ads that they use. It gets great results for them. And I know a lot of marketing agencies that target nationally, target all over the United States, and they use these lead form ads as well. So it's not just for brick and mortar, but typically I've found that it works best for brick and mortar. Now, let's talk about conversion ads. These are typically the ads that you see when you're sending someone to a website, when you're sending someone to a landing page. The pros of these, it can be very customizable. It's very easy to track people. When I showed you my funnel earlier, we use these are the conversion ads because we're able to track how many people went through and filled out the form, and then how many people that filled out the form, how many of them were qualified and not qualified, how many of them ended up booking a strategy session. So you can track it way easier, and there's a lot more customability than when you're using, say, those lead form ads, those instant forms. Now, while there is higher quality leads, once you set up the conversions and everything, you only it's a one-time setup, right? Like once your funnel is set up, you don't have to go through and install your pixel again every time you do a new campaign, as long as you're using the same funnel. Because that kind of brings me to the cons. There's a huge learning curve on getting this set up, and it can take a lot longer than setting up the lead form ads. Like I said, there is a one-time setup, but it does take some time. There's tons of YouTube tutorials on, setting up your pixel with the custom conversions so you can track how many people opted in to your form, how many people scheduled a call. You have to do that with your pixel, which is your meta pixel. That's how you're able to track who goes where in your ad. Custom conversions, which is just a custom code inside that pixel. And then now, like ever since there was a iPhone had an update a few years back, and it changed all of these things. And one of the things that they've changed since then is like every single domain you use, like if you switch to your domain a lot, you have to like go through an approval process. It doesn't take long. It's just like a headache. There's just a lot of things there that can be time consuming. So those are like the two most popular ads, instant forms and conversion ads that we'll set up. For our clients, these are the ones we set up, but for ourselves, this is the ones we found that work best. Now I want to show you some of my ads that work best. These are going to be my top 5 performers right here. So number 5, this was a carousel how-to ad. Basically, if you've ever seen those posts on like Instagram, they're super popular where you can like swipe through. You can do carousels on Facebook or Instagram. And this one, you basically swipe through, and each slide basically taught our process on, you can see kind of the hook, the very first tile there. It says, pastors, here's how you can use social media to get new church guests. And then people would swipe over. And then I made the ad text bigger because I know it's kind of hard to see on this small screen here. But we spent $529 on this one ad. We booked 20 calls from it. So we spent about $26.48 per call. We've made probably about $15,000 from this ad, and we still have clients today that found us from this ad. Now, this one is one that we ran more recently. Like I think it says, we ran this back in February. So we ran this a month ago. But this is an ad that we ran 1 month ago and put $530 in and got $15,000 out. It's a huge ROI, huge ROI. So I want to actually show you what the ads look like so we can look at all the tiles. So you can see this here. Pastors, here's how you can use social media to get new church guests. Number 1, post preaching reels. Post preaching reels on Facebook and Instagram of clips from your Sunday sermons. Step 2, get views. Boost those reels to people in your community with targeted ads. Number 3, invite people that watch to church. So if anyone watches more than 95% of any of the reels, invite them to church with Plan Your Visit ads. Want us to set this up for your church? We're getting new guests every Sunday for 300 plus churches. Schedule a discovery call below. So this literally just like walks them through our process on how we set things up for our church, or for churches we work with. And it's worked really well. So that is the carousel how-to ad. The next one is a lead magnet ad. Now, I've done a bunch of different types of lead magnet ads. This one specifically is, we have Easter happening right now. So we gave away this Easter ads swipe file. So it was a PDF, and it literally just walks through step by step how to set up ads for Easter. And one of the reasons why we created this is because we had so many churches that just wanted to do Easter ads, and they did not want to do any ads any other time. So we decided to make this resource for them, and it came with videos to show them how to set up everything. And then we gave essentially the list of all the leads that downloaded this to my sales team, and they've been working them, converting them into paying clients. Another lead magnet that we've done is we've given away this book. I think the most powerful thing you can do in your business is write a book about the topic that your business, the problem that your business solves. I wrote this book, The Plan Your Visit Playbook, the church marketing strategy that gets 20 to 50 new visitors every month. And this book walks through our strategy in depth. In fact, every time I hire a new employee, one of the things I have them do is do a book report where they have to read this book and then do a presentation teaching the content from this book. So like these things are very valuable. Like whenever you do a lead magnet and you're giving something away for free, it has to be like valuable. It has to be something people want. Like I know some people will do checklists and some of these things. I don't know about you. I like if I see a free checklist for I own a marketing agency. So if I see a free checklist for marketing agencies, I'm not going to want to download that. But like a book, I gave this book away for free. Like I did, I tested different variations out. I tested ebooks where they just downloaded it and I sent them a PDF. I tested what you would call a pay free plus shipping offer where the book was free. You just paid $8 for shipping. And then I tested, hey, I'll just send you the book for free. Don't pay anything. As long as you can prove that you're a church, I'll send you a copy of the book for free in the mail. The margins on that one was not great because I got a lot of people to order the book for free. But like I spent so much money on actually sending people books. So, you have to kind of dial in what's the best lead magnet for you. But I love this time of year for us because we can give away these Easter ads, the swipe files. And for this one, we spent about $2,300 in ads. We had 718 people download the lead magnet for $3.25 each. We ended up making about $150,000 in the past year, because we ran this ad last year for Easter. And we have people that work with us, churches today, that signed up last year when we gave that away, and they're still with us. So that number continues to rise. And I want to show you the actual ad, the video in this ad.
Last year, our church got over 100 new guests for Easter just from our Instagram and Facebook ads. Here's what we did last year and what we're going to do again this year. So I do all those social media advertising for our church, and I try to help out other churches too. If you want, I went ahead and put together what the ads look like and how to set them up. It's in a free PDF. You can get it on my bio. So with these ads, we set up a goal for people to plan a visit for our Easter service by filling out a form that asks for name, email, and phone number. The reason we do this is because we want every single person that fills that form out to feel welcomed and seen and heard before they even show up to our campus. Like, I recommend once someone fills that form out, get in touch with them, send them a text, send them a little personalized selfie video thanking them for planning a visit. You'd be so surprised how these simple Easter plan your visit ads for our church get so many new guests. And you don't even need to add a form to your website. You probably should, but Instagram and Facebook now have instant form ads that allow you to do this without that. Guys, I probably spent way too much time putting this PDF together. Feel free to steal it in my bio.
One of the things I wanted to show you with this video is it's not a high quality production. I'm not using my fancy camera that I'm on Zoom with you guys. I use my iPhone. I just used my phone, and that video made me over $150,000. And it's just a video. These captions, I didn't use any fancy software. This is Instagram's auto-generated captions. And so all that to say, simple scales, right? Alex Hermosi says that a lot. Simple scales, fancy fails. I'm going to explain a little bit more and kind of my theory on why this ad and these types of ads work so well. But the whole premise of this ad is I was giving away a freebie, right? Thank you, Aaron, for dropping that in the chat. So this video works really well, and let's move on to number 3. So this ad is just text on an image. You've probably seen people on Facebook post things like this to where it's like a red background and white text. So I just went to Canva and spent 2 minutes trying to make it look like someone would have like just post this on Facebook. And if you read like what the text says, it doesn't even say anything about Facebook ads. It doesn't say anything about, schedule a strategy call. The goal here was just to get them to stop scrolling and read it. And I think it worked well because it doesn't look like an ad, right? It just looks like someone posted it. And it's just pastors, your city needs your church. And then even the headline, your God's plan A, there's no plan B. And then you read the text, Pastor, if I sent you 30 families looking for a church in your city every month, is that something you'd be interested in? And you can go through and read the rest. We spent about $5,800 on this, booked 200 calls, and we spent $3.25 per call. I don't know if that math adds up, but anyways, you guys can do the math to double check me there. But yeah, that ad's crushed it. We just started running this ad this year. It's one of our best performers. Just started it in January, and then we cut it off in February as we got into the Easter season there. And then another ad type that works really well. Thank you for correcting my math there, Aaron. Let's see, the testimonial carousel. So this one crushed. So what? Oh, didn't mean to jump ahead. No. All right, I'll have to find it for you guys. But this ad specifically, it's a carousel ad, so it's swipeable, but it's a bunch of testimonials. So in the very first video, I say, hey guys, we help churches get new guests. All these churches are getting new guests with our program. Swipe to hear their stories. And you would swipe through and you get to see what everyone else is doing. And I want to actually show you what that looks like.
While you're doing this, Brady, I just want to build off of some of the stuff you've already said.
Yeah.
Going back to the shotgun general approach that he articulated, where it's like headline 1, headline 2, ad text 1, ad text 2, this video versus that image versus this video versus that image. Number one, we've used it and like massively dropped our cost of acquisition. So like I can just attest to this being effective in addition to all the businesses and churches that he has already helped. But the other thing that just screams to me is the humility of not like this is the only thing that will work. It's the humility of like, maybe this ad text is better, maybe that ad text is better, maybe this video is better, maybe that image is better. And I'm not coming in with an ego about it. I'm coming in with the basically humility to like try a bunch of stuff and then follow what's actually resonant with people and not be like, Don Draper in Mad Men smoking a cigarette being like, this is the way to sell a Kodak camera or something.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. So looking at this carousel, it's just a bunch of testimonials, and I put as many in here as Instagram and Facebook would let me. Woo, look at that mustache. We should bring it back. And so this, I think what's so good about it is it's the social proof. Here's a hack. It's not in my notes. This is a freebie for you. If you want to get more testimonials for your business, use your birthday as an excuse to get your customers to send you testimonials. So this is something that my birthday is coming up in May. So in April, we're going to have a big push for this. What my team's going to do is they're going to reach out to all of our clients who are getting good results and have not sent in a testimonial video. And they're going to say, hey, for Brady's birthday, we're having all of our clients send in a video saying, happy birthday, Brady. We love church candy because blank. And so just fill in the blank and tell us why you love church candy and tell us the impact that it's had on your church. And what's awesome about this is you're going to get tons of people sending in videos because they're feeling a part of the community. It's like if I just had my team ask, hey, can you send us a testimonial video? A lot of people wouldn't do it. But if you say, hey, it's for Brady's birthday, his birthday's coming up, can you do this for his, like say, happy birthday, Brady? And then what we do is we just crop the happy birthday, Brady out of the top of the video. And then we use that in all of our ads and all of our marketing. And so that is a hack for you. It's on my notes. I have people ask all the time, how do you have so many testimonial videos? That's how. It's every year for my birthday. I say every year. We did it last year, and we're just going to do it again this year. We just incentivize my team to get the videos for my birthday. So let's hop back in here. I talked about the testimonial carousel. And this last one is our best performing ad. This one has easily made us $150,000 plus in revenue. And on this ad specifically, we spent about $5,000 on it. So what it is a testimonial montage. So it's very similar to the carousel. The only difference is it's one single video that just pops back and forth to just different testimonials. And the clients aren't just saying, yeah, we love church candy. I'll show you all the video here in a second. But the clients are saying like actual results. They're sharing the numbers that they're getting. And so here's what the video looks like.
Church candy is nuts. Even now, my phone has been buzzing with people who are planning their visits.
We've had over 390 people plan a visit.
A couple weeks ago, we baptized 11 people that came because of church candy.
Plan your visits every single day almost of the week. And of course, new visitors every single Sunday.
It's about 100 to 150 individuals walking into our church.
I'm not even preaching. My wife's not even preaching. But every week, our church has grown by 10%.
Do you want to get multiple families visiting your church every single Sunday? Click below and schedule a free strategy session with me and my team.
Yeah, so he's saying church candy, it's nuts. Now my phone has been buzzing with people who are planning a visit. That one was great. I was actually at a conference, and that was a client of mine teaching at a breakout session at the conference. And so whenever someone asked him about their marketing, I pulled my phone out and started recording because I knew he was going to talk about us. And so, yeah, I just had a video editor go through our testimonials and make this really eye-catching, quick-paced video sharing the numbers. And then you can see me here. I said, you want to get new church guests every Sunday? Click below to schedule a call with me and my team. Y'all, don't underestimate the power of social proof and testimonials. Notice the two top performing ads that I shared with you guys today. It's these right here, that it's the swipeable testimonials, and then it's the montage with all the different testimonials in it. This one crushed it for us. It's one of my best performing ads. We just redid a new variation of this with some just newer testimonials we have. And we started running it, and then my team kind of got at capacity. We had a few new hires put in their 2 weeks notice and quit. And so we had to like kind of pump the brakes on our marketing and sales. So we're kind of ironing out our SOPs internally, but like as soon as our team's ready, we're going to like put the gas to the, what is the expression, pedal to the metal, and really like go all in on these ads right here. So those are some of the top 5 best performing ads we've had. There's an honorable mention. It's using the instant lead forms, but what you do is just, instead of using like a high quality picture, just like use a picture of you and your family. So this lady, her name's Chris Rodriguez. She's a good friend of mine. She owns a marketing agency servicing martial arts, like martial arts schools. And you can see in this post here, they implemented this. It's just a single image of like her and her family. And she said that it cut her cost per lead in half, from $43 to $21. Here's one that I used. I tried it for a webinar, and it actually worked really well. We were getting leads for like $3 or $4 a piece. And here's another marketing agency owner that actually coaches other marketing agency owners. I just looked on Facebook ads library to check that out. That's another side note. If you want to see what other people are running on their ads, you can just Google Facebook ads library, click on it, and then you can go to all ads, and then you can go see. Here I was just looking at my buddy's company that works with plumbing and HVAC contractors. You can see the ads that they're running here. So if you want to go snoop and see what other people in your industry are running, you can go look up the ads that they have there. So that's a little hack for you guys. I want to speak a little bit to why I think some of these ads work, specifically like why the text on the image ad works so well, why the lead magnet ad worked well with this video. Like why did these two work so well? And I want to bring it back to, I always use this as an example when I'm teaching. Who knows what this is? You guys remember TiVo? So TiVo was the first, at least to my knowledge, in my world, it was the first like DVR that my family had. So it allowed us to record TV shows and then fast forward through the commercials. So it really conditioned me as a young kid to not like want to watch commercials, to not want to look at ads. And now when I'm on social media, I find myself, if I see something that looks like an ad, I'll just immediately start swiping, right? And you probably do the same thing too. Think about when you go check your mail. If you get mail that just looks like someone's trying to sell you something, if it's just junk mail and they're just promoting themselves, it ends up in the trash. People don't like to be sold to. People don't like to feel like you're trying to sell them something. And so keep that in mind when you're creating ads. How can you sneak into people's timelines and get them to view your content without it looking like an ad? For example, this one right here, this video, I could have used my fancy camera, and I did on some of them. I had multiple variations, and I tested, and I had some videos where I used my fancy camera, some videos where I just used my phone, and this ad performed so well. Same thing here. This doesn't look like an ad. It just looks like a post on Facebook. The headline here, this headline doesn't say anything about schedule a call with our team. We'll get you new guests. It doesn't. And because of that, people stop scrolling and they actually read the content and the post. And look at all of this. It had 137 shares, 353 comments, and tons. You can even see the likes and comments, or the likes and reactions that it had there. So if you want your ads to perform well, don't make them look like ads. So I'm a part of a marketing agency mastermind, and that's how I got connected with Aaron. And in the top tier mastermind, every time we meet up in person, we'll have an opportunity to share what we call ninja hacks. These are just things that are working in your business that are cool, unique things you're doing to either land clients or deliver results or scale your business, whatever it might be. And the thing I'm about to show you, it was the very first time I won the Ninja Hack competition and won one of these swords. I'm the only one in the group that's ever won 3 times. And so this has to do with that TiVo method of don't make your ads look like ads. And I shared this with a group, and what it was is very similar to having it just look like a post on Facebook. I went to Canva and I took a bunch of images and tried to make it look like someone posted an album. And what we did is we just built this on Canva. So it looks like a Facebook post, right? It looks like someone posted multiple images to Facebook, and it even has the +4 down here. But what happens is if you click on this, it just takes people to our landing page. It just takes people to the lead form. And this works so well. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of gimmicky. It's in the marketing world, you call it black hat. Facebook's not crazy about you doing this, but we haven't had any issues with them declining our ads because we're kind of tricking people into thinking they're trying to click on photos and then and then it takes them to our landing page. So that is something you can try. I'm not crazy about it. In fact, I told my team this week that I want us to keep trying new ads for our clients so we can get away from using this. But this one outperforms so many different other types of ads that we run for our clients. So you can definitely steal that, try it yourself. And then another thing that we started doing recently, and I haven't really shared this with that group, but I'm planning next time we meet in person, this is going to be what wins me the 4th Ninja Sword. So what I started doing on our ads is, we'll use this one for the example. Inside the actual ad, what I'll do, it'll load. You scroll down and you look at the comments. I'll go through in the comments and post testimonial videos. Because what happens when you see an ad or a post you think it's interesting and you see there's a lot of comments on it? You go look at the comments. And so now I basically took control of my own ad, and I'm getting additional social proof in there by posting testimonial videos. So I'd literally take the file and post it on there. So it's not a link to a YouTube video. I post the video file in the comments. And I've tested this where recently our ads, some will have the videos in the comments and some don't. And every single time, the ones that have video testimonials in the comments outperform the other ones. So that is another ninja hack for you guys. Take some time in the comments of your ads, go post your own video testimonials. And for spam comments or people if they ask questions, I've started hiding them. I will hide their questions, respond to them separately. That way, the only comments people see when they click on the ad are my videos. And it is just dramatically increased our cost per lead doing this. Now, I want to walk you through our past framework. We use this when copywriting, when we're writing the text for our ads. We use this whenever I'm scripting out a video. This is a great technique that you guys can steal. It goes like this: PAST. P, you want to talk about a pain, identify a pain point, identify a problem. Then you want to agitate the problem. You want to really dig into it. You talk about the emotions, the side effects that come along with that pain. Then you want to offer the solution. This is where the bulk of your copy is probably going to be, where you spend most of the time. It's when you talk about your business, it's when you talk about the product that you're selling. Then you want to take action, invite people to take action. So let's use an example of a chiropractor for this. P, pain. If you're tired of having back pain, then this video is for you. Agitate. Most people with back pain, they have a hard time sleeping. And those Tylenol and ibuprofens, they can only do so much. Maybe it's hard for you to play with your kids. You want to play with your kids, but you pick them up and it hurts your back. Right? So you want to identify the problem, identify the pain, then you agitate it. Then you offer a solution. My name's Dr. John Doe, and I'm a chiropractor here in the city area, and I help patients out with back pain naturally. typically within their first 1 to 2 visits. That's the solution. You're the doctor. You help them get out of back pain within their first 1 to 2 visits. Then T, take action, invite them to schedule an appointment. This month, we have 5 spots open for new patients that want a $47 exam. It includes x-rays and your first judgment. Sign up below. So that is a past framework. You can steal this and use this to write ad copy, write scripts for your videos. If you go back and look at the ads that we made, a lot of them follow this exact same framework. Now let's talk about targeting specifically. Who we're targeting ads to. The biggest thing, guys, test. Like Aaron said, it takes some humility to kind of remove yourself and thinking, okay, I'm not always right. Sure, we can try what I think, but we need to try a lot of other things as well. One of our core values at our company is mission over method. And it goes right along with this, right? The mission for our clients is we're trying to get new families visiting their church. That's the mission. The method, it's Facebook ads, and I don't really care what the ads look like or what we need to do to make it happen as long as the mission is prioritized. So what I found is for brick and mortar locations, broader, typically you're going to get cheaper leads, meaning like the further out you target from your location, the more leads you're going to have. And if you're really, really narrow on a specific area, it's just going to cost more, just supply and demand. Retargeting. This is a great strategy. This is like if you're ever on Amazon and you're looking at one of these cool podcast microphones, then you go to Instagram and you see ads for this microphone. That is retargeting. That is Amazon showing you ads for this microphone because they know you're interested. You can retarget people that go to your website by adding the meta pixel to your website. So if you do not already have the meta pixel on your website, I want you to go to YouTube and search how to add the meta pixel to my website, how to add the Facebook pixel to my website, and then follow the instructions on that video to get that added ASAP. Because once you add that, after you add that, every single person that goes to your website, you're able to show them ads. So even if you're not planning on creating any ads today, at least add the meta pixel to your website so that you can show them ads in the future. Now with retargeting, what we'll do is take about maybe 25% of our budget from the ads that really perform well in the shotgun strategy. We'll duplicate them and we'll change the targeting to retargeting. So we'll show ads to people that went to our website. We'll show ads to people that watched any of our videos. Anyone that if we're running like a lead form ad for a client, anyone that maybe opened the form but didn't submit it. And so we do this for our clients and we call it our new guest turbine. So if you remember the carousel ad that I showed you, the very first one here, I explain how pastors and churches should post clips from their sermons. And what you can do is run those as ads and show them to people in your community. And once that happens, you build this audience that you can retarget with ads. And so now you're showing them ads, inviting them to plan a visit to your church, and you get new guests to your church in doing so. And then we'll have people that like come to my church and they're like, man, every time I turn around on Instagram, I keep seeing you guys. And they'll get like really spiritual. Like, man, I knew the Lord was calling me here because every time I turned around on Instagram, I just kept seeing you. So I figured I'd listen to the Lord. I listened to God, and now I'm here. We just smile and say, amen, brother. Like, I believe that God was calling you here. And not to get too spiritual with you guys, but I believe that God can work through social media just like he can work through anything else in the world. So I think there's a lot of truth to that. Now, I do want to take some time to actually walk you through me building out a campaign. But I want to stop and take some time to answer any questions for those of you that are on here right now.
This is fantastic. Thank you so much, Brady. I mean, yeah, I've just some high level stuff. I mean, I run a web development agency. So like, I mean, very, kind of technical in nature. And like a lot of stuff you're saying, like I have limited experience with Facebook ads, but from a technical perspective, all makes sense. Yeah. Results are amazing. Right. I mean, I think the high level question that I have is like the funneling and the lead gen all makes sense, but what about the like when you actually get them in the door, I know that's slightly outside the scope of this, but is your main service that you're offering the same thing that you're talking to us here? Like, is that basically what you're doing for the churches as well?
Yeah, man, we're setting up Facebook ads. It's hard at scale. Like I said, I was 350 clients. I kind of mentioned during the presentation that we had to take a step back from our sales and marketing. Bro, we had like 2 new hires quit. But we had like 50 new clients sign up that month. And I was like, it was tough, man. Yeah. So we were having to just really redo our internal systems to be able to do this at scale for these churches. And so, yeah, man, this is what we do. The nuts and bolts of it is we have like a video that we send to the pastor as an example and ask them to recreate it. And we ask for just images from their church. Then we build out all the ads and get their approval for it. Then once people fill out that plan your visit form, where they're like interested in going to a church and people plan a visit to that church's Sunday service, we use it's a CRM called Go High Level that will automatically like text the person. And then if they respond to the text, the pastor has an app that they can like text back and forth with that person that planned a visit to their church. And then there's like a reminder sequence for that upcoming Sunday service. And so we set that up and manage it, help them manage it. And we're doing that for 350 something churches right now.
So you're like not their full marketing department, but at least like a vast majority of their digital piece though?
Yeah, we don't do any posting for them. We don't do any content creation as far as like graphic design.
Yeah.
What I tell people is we help churches get new guests. And we just happen to use Facebook and Instagram ads to do that because that's where people are spending their time. It's where their attention is. In the future, might look different. Doesn't look like it's going to be TikTok if that's going to go away soon, but we don't know what the platforms are going to be in the future and where people's attention is going to be. But it looks like for the foreseeable future, man, I'm losing my voice. It looks like for the foreseeable future, people's attention is going to be somewhere, and wherever their attention is going to be, there's going to be a way for people to buy ads to get in front of those eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. I just want to ask a quick question, but I'm also going to let you hopefully regain your voice there. It's like, so you talked about using the lead instant forms for these clients. And it's real clear, like if someone lands on your landing page, fills out your form, like you now have control of that experience. But if they're filling out the lead form on Facebook and then you're basically just receiving email, name, phone number, what's the next step? Are they enrolled in an email sequence? Like what's the connective tissue when it's a lead instant form to have that person then have the kind of continuous movement down the sales funnel?
Well, it really just depends the business and what that next step should be. So one of the things we'll do is like for churches, someone fills out that form, then they immediately get a text that says, "Hey, John, this is Pastor Brady from Vibrant Church. Saw you plan to visit for church on Sunday. Quick question. How many people are coming with the Smith crew?" So it looks like, oh, wow, this is like actually Pastor John that sent this text. And then we're trying to initiate a response. What we found is the more engagement we can get texting back and forth with people, the higher the show rate is on the other end, on people actually showing up on Sunday. So for us, that's kind of the biggest thing. For like our chiropractors at Chiro Candy, the biggest thing is to get them on the phone with the front desk so they could schedule their appointment. And so a lot of the times we'll send a notification to the front desk and say, "Hey, you have a new lead, call them." But that front desk person, they're busy, they're checking in new patients, they've got other things going on. And so sometimes it can take them a while to follow up with the leads. So we actually started a program at Chiro Candy where we will call the leads for you and get them booked on your calendar. And then a lot of times we would like take a credit card over the phone just to secure that spot. And yeah, that's how we've done that. for like, I know some marketing agencies that have used the instant forms. Like I use Josh and Chris as an example. What they do is once people fill out the form, they get a text from High Level that says, "Is this Josh? This is Brady from Church Candy." And then it's just trying to engage with them via text and get them booked for a meeting. On the thank you page of those instant forms, you can like put a call to action and then like a link to another website. So like what we've done before is like on the thank you page of the form, it's like step 2, schedule your appointment. And then when they click the button, it takes them, don't know where these words came from. Then it takes them to the calendar. So there's different things you can do. There is some customability with the form, and I love it because it's like I can have an ad live from scratch, any business, in like 20 minutes. Compared to the conversion ads, it can take a while to get everything set up and built out.
What's your testing process look like? Like how when you say test, obviously I understand test different variations, but do you have like a minimum volume that you test, or what's just if you're
minimum volume of money, of ad creatives, of what?
Yeah, I mean, just like if I was going to run, obviously I could take those different pieces of it, those different components, mix them up like you showed with the duplication, everything like that. Do you just like normally let it run for like a week or something and then see what's kind of doing better and just tweak it from there?
Yeah, for sure. So we'll typically know less about a time frame, more of how much are we spending. So it kind of depends on like how much you spend on it. Like after we spend a few $100, we're able to look at all the ad sets and see which ones are performing well and which ones aren't. And then we'll make adjustments pretty quickly after that. One of the things too, it's not on my notes, I'll share with you guys. So we have a calculator that we use with our churches that will help them determine how much they should spend on their ads based on their goals. And you can do this too, like in your business, because it's just math and working backwards. So what we do is we ask, how many new guests do you want? And so let's say a pastor wants, Easter is coming up and they want an extra 100 people to their church for Easter. Well, on average, about 2.5 people will come with every family that plans a visit, because a lot of people are married, they have kids versus single people. And then estimated show rate. So this is like super vague, but this is just like out of everyone that plans a visit, what percentage actually show up. And then I've got some info under here that kind of explains how they can find their show rate. I explain how you follow up determines how they show up. So really it's all in their follow-up process in getting them to show up. But let's be conservative, and they say they only have a 25% show rate. And then on average, clients will spend, as far as a cost per lead, anywhere from $10 to $30. Let's be conservative and say it's $20. Well, you get 100 people in the doors of your church. If 25% show up, you're spending $20 every time a family plans a visit. We recommend an ad budget for Easter of $3,200. And you can play around with these numbers. If that number's too high, great. Let's work on your follow-up and call every single person that plans a visit. Send them a personalized selfie video. I have a client who has built a team of volunteers to call people that plan a visit to his church. And I'm actually interviewing him on my podcast next month. I'm going up to Dallas to do an in-person interview so he can break down and teach this concept that they have, where they basically built a concierge team in their church that has dramatically, like he said, they get tripled their show rate from people that plan to visit. So if you just take that 25%, if you get it up to 50%, well, now you only have to spend $1,600 to get 100 guests in their church, right? So you can do this math to figure out how much you should spend on ads, where you basically take your goal and then you do the math and say, okay, I want to get 10 new clients. Out of the 10 new clients, I'm probably going to have to talk to 30 if I have a 30% conversion rate, right? And out of the 30 clients, I'm probably going to have to, or out of the 30 sales conversations, I probably have to generate 100 leads to get 30 of them to actually book a call, right? And to get 100 leads, I'm going to have to, if I'm spending $10 a lead, for 100 leads, that's $3,000. So I need to allocate $3,000 to the ads. So you can kind of work backwards based on your estimates. And once you start testing, that'll give you some numbers to help you plan your budget, right? Because you can look at your numbers and say, okay, we're averaging about $1.50 a lead. Well, let me work backwards. What's my close rate? And really figure out how much should you spend on these ads. Does that make sense?
I got one more quick one, if I may. I noticed in the examples that you gave, some of them say your name and some of them say the brand. Yeah, like like that they're coming from. Like I didn't start with the profile. You can kind of probably change it depending on what it is. Is there pros, cons to either? Like, does one resonate with people more, or do you just do it? Is there any rhyme or reason?
Yeah, so that'll be one of the variables we test in the shotgun method. And so here, let me share my screen with you guys, and we can. I'll show you the ads, and I'll go ahead and build a sample campaign for you. I'm probably going to whisper and just keep the mic close to my face. I've been on calls all day. Okay, so I'm just going to real quick show you the ads that we spent the most money on this here. So we've got tons of different variations, 20 different ad sets, and you can see BS page versus CCM page. So my Brady sticker page versus my Church Candy marketing page. And one of the reasons why I started doing both is because I've got a significant following on Instagram. And so that kind of helps because people were able to like see like, oh, I saw this guy's video on Instagram. Well, now I'm able to show them ads from that same Instagram account that they just saw a video from. So I like to test it and then kind of just see which one's performing best. So you can kind of see here the different results. So this one did pretty well. It had 144 calls scheduled for $27 a piece. Let's just look at, so this is what we'll do is we'll sort by best performing, and then we'll turn off the ones that didn't perform well, and then let these run. And you can see here, like there were some of the examples that I had. I wonder if there's a way when I'm sharing my screen to do audio too. It's not that big a deal. And so some of them be from the Brady sticker page versus the Church Candy one. But let's build a campaign from scratch. So we're going to do a leads ad. And then I'm going to name it, let's just say March 2020. Continue. And then I always like to do manual lead campaign setup. And we'll go ahead and make sure your screen looks like this. A/B test off, campaign budget, advantage, plus, turn that off. Now let's hop into the ad set. So this ad set, what we'll do, just for simplicity, we will name it, we'll say LLA, which stands for lookalike audience, and ARC. The reason there's a group of churches called the Association of Related Churches, and I have a list of all those churches, and I uploaded it to Meta and have a lookalike audience. So this is my lookalike audience from that association. And then we'll do video 1. And then we'll do ad text 1 and headline 1. So the reason why I'm naming this like that way I can just be organized and be able to tell like, okay, is this working well? Is this not? Once the ads have been live for a couple of days. So you can see here, it gives you the option for instant form, but we're going to do websites. And I already have my conversions events set up. I have it set up to lead. So for every lead is someone that actually schedules a call. That's what tracks it as a lead. I'm just going to leave the budget at $20 a day. Just going to leave the start date how it is. Leave all that the same. And now here's the audience controls. What I'm going to do is switch to the original audience. I haven't used Advantage Plus. It's something new they came out with. Again, mission over method. If you want to play, I still know enough about it. I'm not confident enough. Use it in and see if it works well. But what I'll do is I've got a lookalike audience from ARC. And now I'll scroll down here. And as far as placements go, this is like where the ad is being placed. Is it Facebook feed, Instagram reel, whatever. So I'm going to edit this and switch to manual placements. And I like to, we're just going to do Facebook feed and Instagram feed. You could add another variable up here and name it, IG feed, right? For time purposes, I'm not going to, and I'm just going to do Facebook feed, Instagram feed, and then just turn everything else off. Great. Now let's actually look at the ad. First thing we'll do is actually name it. So I'm going to name the ad the same thing as the ad set. So just copy and paste that there. Then select the Facebook page. We're going to do the Brady sticker Facebook page. And we're going to create an ad. We're going to manually upload everything. It's going to be a single image or a video. I don't want to do multi-advertiser. And I'm going to add a video. I actually already have it uploaded. It was one that I was running earlier this year and stopped because my team was at capacity. So I'm going to go to next. I like to just leave it as original. It really just depends on the aspect ratio. I don't want to crop it to a square. It's going to crop some of the things. But the aspect ratio, it's giving me a warning, but I'm not worried about it. That'll be fine. I do not like doing any of these. This is Advantage Plus Creative Enhancements. Sometimes for like images, it'll add background music. And I had a client, we set it up and this was left on and it added like Mexican crap music to their ad. And it was just like an image. And this was like a old white pastor in like up in the Midwest. They do not have a high Hispanic population in their area and not many, if not anyone at all. And their church was Hispanic and they were mad at us. They were like, why did you put this Spanish music in our ad? And we were like, what are you talking about? We didn't do that. And they sent us the ad and sure enough, it had it. It's because this was turned on and it was a creative enhancement that Facebook thought would make the ad perform better. So ever since then, I just stopped doing any of these. I was like, nope, we're not going to let you do any creative enhancements. So you can see that this video, my hair is longer and I've got a major haircut since then. I've already got my ad text written out. So I'm going to go and just copy that and paste it. And here is my URL that I'm sending traffic to. So I'm going to put that here. And I don't like to have any call or any like extra things there. Let me add the headline. I wrote this, but one of the things with your headlines that you want to make sure is you don't want it to get cut off. So like, see how I added the word today? Well, now it adds an ellipses there and you can't really like see all of it. So you want to make sure that it's not too long, that everything you're saying fits there perfectly. And I like to add emojis if possible. So like we work with churches. So I'm going to see if a church emoji will fit there. Boom. Perfect. So I'm going to leave that how it is. You don't have to add descriptions. I do everything on mobile feeds, and we found that like mobile is the number one place where these ads are being shown. And if your headline takes up 2 rows, then the description's not even shown. See how it get new church guests, that's the first row, and then from social media ads is the second row. If that second row wasn't there, then I would add a description, but it's not. So I'm just leaving it how it is. Learn more. That's call to action I like to use for this. Works well for me. And everything else is good. I'm not touching anything else. That is how we build the first. If we go back to our slides, Where are my slides? If we go back here, what we just did is this. We just built the first kind of ring of the shotgun strategy. Now what I'm going to do is duplicate the entire ad set. And then instead of headline 1, I'm going to change it to headline 2. I'm not going to change anything in the ad set. I'm only going to change the content in the ad. I'm going to change the name to headline 2. And then I'm going to come to my ad copy and get the new headline, copy and paste it. And I'm going to add an emoji. I'm going to use a church, and then I'll probably do, I saw this one. A little graph going up, double your church's new guests. Awesome. So we're going to let that run how it is. Boom. Now, we are here. We have just done this. Does that make sense? Are you guys following with me? Does it make more sense me actually doing it live? So now we have 2 ad sets. What I'll do is I'll select both of them, duplicate both of them together. I'm going to edit both of them together, delete the automatic copy in the title, and change ad text 1 to ad text 2. Same here. Ad text 2. Save it. And now all I'm going to do is change out this ad text. Now here's another hack. It's not my slides. Almost all of our ads, when we have different ad text variations, and I learned this from Alex Hormozy, is make small changes to the most important things. Like, I'm not going to just rewrite all this ad text. All we do is just change the first line of text, because that's the first thing that people are going to read. So you can see this line of text says, hey, pastors, can you handle an extra 5 to 10 new families? Da, da, da. This says, hey, pastors of my team and I sent you 5 to 10 new guests every Sunday. Is that something you'd be interested in? So I'm going to just change that here and pop it there. And I might say just pastors instead of hey, pastors, since it's just something a little different than the other ones. But now everything else I'm leaving the same. Closing out of this. And so now we've got 4 variations, all slightly different. If we were following along here, now we are right here. So now what I'll do is I'll take all 4 of these, duplicate all 4 of them, and I'm going to change the video. So I'll change it from video 1 to video 2. Or maybe if I want to try an image, there I could. For this example, I'm just going to switch it to a different video. Save to draft. Go back in here. Do the same thing. By renaming this video 2, video 2, video 2, video 2. Save to draft. Now all I need to do is delete this and add a new video. Let me see. I think this is the different variation. Let me watch it and double check. We're going to pretend that's a new video. I'm not sure if it is. I'm going to come back after and check. But for example's sake, this is a different video. Because I think they are slightly different. But I'll have to look at that. All right. So now we got all these. And I could stop right here. But I'm not going to. We're going to do one more to where we select all of them. Duplicate everything. And we're going to change the audience this time. So this time what we'll do is we're going to change, instead of a lookalike audience, we're going to do some retargeting ads. So what I'll do is I'll name this RT to stand for retargeting, and I'll come through, copy and paste it in all of these. Oh, missed a little bracket. Cool. I'm going to save that to our draft. And now this is where you do actually update the ad set. So what we'll do here is, instead of being this lookalike audience, I'm going to go into my custom audiences, and I'm going to select people that have engaged with my church candy and Brady sticker page, people that have watched at least 95% of any of the video ads we've ran. I have one built for any engagement in my Instagram profile over the last 7 days. I'm just going to go through all of these website ones that I've got built. And it looks like these are for my Instagram Reel video views. So these are just people that have engaged with us. And to create these, you can watch the YouTube tutorial and it'll show you how to do it specifically. But you just create a new audience, custom audience, and then you select what you want it to be from. You select videos, Instagram accounts. If you're doing lead ads, those forms, lead forms. Yep. And now what we'll do is we'll come into the ads, and all we're going to do in the ads is just update the name, just because I am OCD. And this doesn't change any of the results, but just so after these have been running, just so we can stay organized, updating the names here. And what did that take? 5 minutes for us to build out this campaign. That is didn't take long at all. And then let's say you only have $1,000 a month. What you would do is you go to a calculator, say, okay, I have $1,000 a month. So I want to take that divided by 30 days. Sweet. So I have $33 a day to spend on these ads. Well, I have 16 variations. So what I'll do is I'll divide that 33 by 16. And what we'll do is we'll come in here and what was that number? $2.08. And you can set this to 2.08. And yeah, that's how we would do the budget. And so we have a lot bigger of a budget because we know the ROI we get from this is huge. Typically what I'll do, and this isn't like wise by any means, I'll like crank up the budget so high. Like I'll spend like $500 to like $1,000 a day on these ads with the goal of filling out my sales team's calendar over the next 2 or 3 days. As soon as I fill out their calendar, I'll just turn the ads off and I'll wait until like maybe Saturday or Sunday and I'll turn the ads back on, and hopefully Monday or Tuesday books up and then I'll turn the ads back off. So for a while, that's what I was doing. I was just turning ads on, off, filling up the sales team's calendar, turning the ads off. And it is so hard for me to not do that right now because my team's kind of at capacity. But that was like it's like ethical gambling. It's like if I was to go, like we live in Houston, and so there's tons of casinos just about like an hour and a half east of here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And so me and some buddies a couple times a year will go out to Louisiana, and I don't go crazy, but I'll hang out with them. I'll sit at the blackjack table, I'll sit at the roulette table, and this Facebook ads, it's like I'm sitting at the roulette table and I'm putting my money on black, but around the wheel, like 80% of the tiles are black. So just the odds are just so much in our favor once we get this dialed in. So it's like addicting. Like I get the dopamine hit every time a new client like schedules a strategy call. Every time my sales team signs up a new client, it's like I'm like addicted to the rush of, yes, we just got a new client. Yes. But I can't do it right now until we fix some things on our end. Yeah, guys, that's what we got going on. I hope you got some value from this. I'm about to go make a glass of tea or something.
Brady, this was fantastic. Thank you so much. Like I said before, I'm really grateful for you sharing your time and wisdom with us. It's something we've already implemented, and I already have ideas for how we can improve the process just off of some of the descriptions you gave. Yeah. And, we'll be sharing this with all of our guild members and also reporting back to them, how things go. I think one of the advantages you were talking about, just like making the videos that people want to actually watch, it's like the same principles that are making, good short form vertical videos organic, that are making good intros to YouTube videos. We have found like those similar principles apply to the ad creative that you produce. And so hopefully that comes together and is really helpful for everyone's businesses.
Dude, one of my best performing ads. I had it in my slides, but I ended up taking it out. It was me promoting this book. It was a post I did on Instagram where I was teaching through our process. I'm like, hey, here's how our church gets new guests. Step 1, we set up ads, promoting some videos that we made. Step 2, we invite them to plan a visit to our church. I actually wrote a book about this. You can get a free copy of it using the link in my bio. Back when you could say link in bio and it wasn't like negatively hurting your Instagram. Now it's like comment, grow below, and I'll send you a copy of the book. So it was like a go to the link in bio, and I set up a lead gen campaign. In the video, I say go to the link in my bio, but like I just set up an ad using that video. Crush, one of the best before, and it's because it doesn't look like an ad. It's a video that I posted on my Instagram that's actually giving value, that has a call to action and get the book, and that was one of our best performing ads. So you're absolutely right, man.
Amazing. Thank you, Brady.
All right, y'all.